Hello, this is Janet with Great Joy Studio, and we are going to do just a very informal tutorial to help our workshop attendees to finish their project assembly. So I hope this will help. We have all the pieces already fused and cut, and the numbers are on your pattern of which way to the sequence of pieces. Number 1, and I think that's on both feet, indicating this is first. Here's our applique with the glue. We score it and peel it back from the inside to avoid fraying on the outside of the fabric edges. Now we already have our tracing paper door secured to our backing fabric is on top of a pressing pad. Pinned our tracing paper door, and now we're going to place the first foot. Now there was a question in class, which way is mirror image and which way is the actual placement? And we are using our prototype, and so it is slightly different than what we offered in the class. The one we offered in the class is the one that came out of the Masquerade Madness kit from Riley Blake Designs. This one is our prototype, but it's still going to serve the purpose. We just flip-flopped our tracing paper door, you may have noticed. This is the principle. The tracing paper door offers you precise placement if you want your finished figure to be represented the way we designed. So the first two pieces, according to the pattern, are the two black feet. Once you place where you like, give it a little press over the tracing paper door just to ensure it's where you want it. And then about 10 seconds is what this fusible product recommends with a medium to hot iron. So now we have both feet placed where they go. And we're ready for the third piece. Now, number 2 on our prototype says that the black portion of the face goes next. We're gonna skip that step because I believe that when I put this together, initially, I put the eyes and the orange ear pieces, possibly the linen. I believe I put that face together before placing it on the overall background fabric, just making it easier to stitch down and go right to, I believe his pants is another large piece that would go next. And really, nothing is affected by not doing the face next. If you already did do the face next, it's fine. You have to handle turning the entire piece rather than just the face piece. So again, you remove your paper backing of your fusible product. Place your applique where you like, where you think it's going to fit up with everything. You notice it covers the feet. You have marked your dashed stitches. Okay, we're ready to fuse. Again, 10 seconds of heat is recommended on this product. Okay, our next two pieces that we are going to add are the slippers. Remove the paper backing in the same way. We give a little score with sharp scissors. Makes it easier to remove. And having your fused pieces cooled off completely also is makes the paper backing come off easier. With some of the smaller pieces, you're going to want to have a pair of tweezers to go up under your tracing paper, especially on the face. But these larger pieces are relatively easy using your placement door to know where exactly to put your applique. Okay, you may remember in class that the piece under the coat, his shirt, is optional. You can cut a piece to place, or it can just be the white portion of the background fabric showing through. So next we're going to put on the coat pieces. We've removed the glue. Again, we're out of sequence according to the pattern. We are doing the larger pieces first, and then we'll focus on the face. Now, the hand pieces, as you can see, they show that they go behind the sleeve at the top of the hand, but over the coat at his knuckle. And so, when you place the coat piece, here it goes. You'll fuse everything except for the bottom of the sleeve, allowing the hand to tuck up under there. Top of this hand goes under, knuckle goes over. When you get it the way you like, go ahead and press. So now we're to the point of, before attaching the face, we are going to get the tiny pieces for the face and assemble the face before we attach our applique to the final, because as we mentioned, the head, the black part, the black applique goes first, all the pieces on his face, then the collar, I believe, and then bow tie is last, I believe. So now we're going to tackle all of these face parts. We have them cut out and removed most of the glue. So you will want to remove the glue same way. Well, not the total same way. You may not have to score it. They're pretty tiny pieces. The glue comes off relatively easy. But there's all our little face pieces. And we're going to start to assemble separately on the face piece. Leave the paper. You do want to leave the paper on your black portion of the head because we don't want it sticking to our pressing mat, and we are again going to attempt to put all the pieces in place. We've moved our door, our tracing paper door, to just be over the face. This will allow us to be able to sew down the pieces, the applique pieces, much easier on a smaller piece. Now, the portion that is his, I guess, his chin and cheeks, where his whiskers come out, you want to cut that to the same shape at the bottom as what you should have done, which is indicated on the pattern with dashed lines, but it mimics the same, it follows, I should say, the same contour as the black face and will fit flush to the black face at the bottom. And that's the first piece you would apply to the face. Again, here's another look at the original prototype. Kind of shows you what goes under what. And again, you can see on this one, we have stitched down some of the tiny pieces, the eyes, the teeth, the collar, but yet all the large pieces we have not sewn down. And that's the reason. Okay, next we're going to start with the orange pieces for the inside of the ears and I guess kind of browns or expression lines with the orange fabric. We're going to use our tweezers, and that's when the tweezers really come in handy on these tiny pieces. As you can see, we did add some straight pins to keep that face in place so it doesn't move out from under the door. Okay, you may have noticed that one of our pupils, or the white little highlight, stuck to the iron because we had it flipped the wrong way, but we did cut another piece, added it on, and again, as I said in class, if you're better at satin stitch than tiny applique, go ahead and satin stitch. But there's our face as a whole unit. And now I will take it to the sewing machine, stitch down any pieces that I might want to add detail before I applique to the final piece. Okay, so now, like I said, we have our whole face unit. We have placed our Catman Dude back on the backing fabric where we had them before. Once we place the head, we will fuse it down again after I've sewn those applique pieces down, which I have not done yet. But we're just going to show you how it kind of goes together. We don't use the door, we will just kind of place it. This is just approximate placement to kind of show you how the last pieces go together. Head, collar goes over, bow ties go over that, and you've got a Catman Dude. Hope this helps.